Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 16 Week 13 Game Day. We are winding down the race for the Conference Championships. And remember guys, Conference Champions all get into the playoff now. So there's a lot of teams out there still alive, a lot more than normal. But as always, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in at any time, pick up a team, recruit players, and build them into a national champion. And as always, we send you guys national championship trophy, home field apparel. So use the sub button, the like, subscribe, all this stuff to help support the SFA so we can keep it going. Big week. We've had some movement in a couple of different areas. A couple of big moments in the sim. Number 7 Stanford goes down to California. They got bludgeoned 42-21. Other important results across the country. Texas A&M lost to Vanderbilt. And that's really it for the top 25. We have a great slate for BearCave. And just a reminder that for Thanksgiving, we will be having game day on Thanksgiving. Of course we will. It's basically a holiday made for the SFA with the yams. Watch party, if you're in Patreon, will be that morning or early afternoon if you're on the East Coast. And then game day will be at its regular time on Thanksgiving. And the Thanksgiving stream will be an extended slate to include any and every game that impacts a divisional championship, because especially with us wanting every conference champion in the CFP, we want to look at those races as basically playoff games. And welcome in Airborne. Thank you, Cryo, for the sub. But yeah, it's BearCave. It's time. Let's get on into it. Let's not waste any more time. So we've got a big time slate. And we're going to start it out in the Pac-12. We saw on game day last week, Boise State did not look good, but with the Oregon loss last week, they do control their own destiny. So they have to win this game against Oregon State, and they have to win their game against California next week, which definitely will be a toughie. So we'll see if Boise State can at least get number 1 done. So if you're here, Dune, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. I don't see any jersey requests. And for those of you guys at home who haven't been watching streams this season, we are doing predictions for each and every game. So you guys can earn those raffle tickets to potentially get an 80 overall player at the end of the season. So Boise State is a 3.5 point favorite in this one. So are you riding with Oregon State or are you riding with Boise State? Let's see. 3.5 plus. Get your Bob-a-Nas going. And here we go. All right, so we've got the first one submitted. Also this week, BearCave and stuff might be posted at a weird time. And I may not be able to post the previews and stuff because I am going to Denver tomorrow and I'm coming back the morning of Thanksgiving, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to do anything. So things, if they're posted this week, will be very, very sporadic, but I will make sure at least BearCave gets posted. I'm not sure about game previews. All right, so I don't see Dune in chat, so we'll jump on board with Oregon State, and here we go. All right, going to be a very interesting one because remember, if Boise State loses this game, it's up to Oregon to beat Oregon State next week. So if Oregon wins both, then Boise State would end up being the team in. So we're back for the second week on the Smurf turf. Let's see what happens. Disappointing game against Washington State last week. Then Washington State turns around and loses this week. So they are now officially eliminated from the conference championship, I believe, unless Boise State loses out and Oregon loses out. No, I think Washington State's actually out now because they lost to Oregon. And me and Rick will break down all the scenarios after this week. This is all just speculation, so let's get on into it. Heads and kick here for the Beavers. Let's get it going. All right, here's the kickoff. Can Boise State's dream season stay alive? They start out with a touchdown, playing good defense here in the first quarter. And Oregon State adds 3. Oregon State got their first win a couple of weeks ago. And, only 7-6. This one's staying kind of hairy here. Remember, Boise State is a team that has been in the gutter. They don't really know how to win. And they're up 8 right now. Big third quarter for the Broncos. And can they add? No, it's an interception in the end zone. Oh, no. Is Oregon State going to capitalize? No, they're not. They go 3 and out. We're going to go one play at a time, though, as it is still a one-possession game. Let's keep it going. Boise State, do not choke this, boys. They're on a drive. Oh, they're moving it. 4th and 5. We can't jump in quite yet, and it's a 10-yard penalty. And it's going to be a punt. All right, so here we go. Boise State, can they finish the job? They're up 8. Welcome in, Coach McNasty. You will be after... You're actually quite a bit down the slate. All right, so here's Deason running the clock. See if they can finish the job. Ahmed Sixto is back, one of the SFA players, so it's no longer Darius Dingle. Mario Hankerson should be back by the time a eventual conference championship would occur, as Oregon State uses their first timeout. So, game on the line right here. First down would likely end it. Oh, mistake, play action. They throw it, and it's short. So Oregon State will get their chance. Welcome in, Coach Nathan. Welcome in, Doug Water, as Oregon State will get a chance to tie this game up. I gotta say, oh man, and then a terrible punt. Boise State just doesn't seem like they want to win the division here on stream. Though in the game day last week, in this game, we'll see if Oregon State can do something. Man, that was like a 20-yard punt. So here come the Beavers, down 8. Play spoiler. Floats this one short. And the quarterback for Oregon State is the former transfer, Lance Malone. He was the quarterback for Ohio State, remember? And then he transferred. One of the first guys to transfer on his own as a tampered player. So he's definitely not had the kind of career arc you would think. So 3rd and 5 now. But he is definitely capable. He led that Ohio State team his freshman year into a pretty good bowl game as he yams his deep, hits someone in stride. Jonathan Hart for 22. You got to remember, if you're Boise State, it's win the division or you're out of any sort of postseason. There's no chance of them making a bowl game. You got to get to that 7-win mark to guarantee it, right? So, be tough sledding here as they go up the middle. Nice spin move, and he gets about 4 as we approach the minute mark with 1 timeout remaining. Bratton over 100 yards. Curtis Bird 6 tackles. The former #1 player in the country. 2nd and 6 here. Malone to the end zone, and it is thrown out the back. 52 seconds left. It is 3rd down, though. They got to score the touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. Here's the snap. It's a delayed draw, and it's going to be 4th down. Not sure I like the play call here, but they're going to hurry it up. So game on the line for Boise State. Can they make a play? He steps up in the pocket, yams it deep, and tipped away. Boise State will win it. Now we got to watch him kneel out here. So the defense survives. It will go to week 14. Boise State will have a chance to win the division and head to the Pac-12 championship game. They control their own destiny. Unbelievable here for Boise. 5-1 in conference. Or no, I think they're 4-2. 5-2 maybe after this. And that will do it. Triple zeros. And I believe with Stanford's loss, USC is now in the championship game as well. So, very interesting. Boise State will survive and play Cal. And to put into perspective, Cal just throttled Stanford 42-21 this week. So Cal is no pushover. That game will be on BearCave, potentially game day if it's voted for. Remember, any and all games that help decide a division will be on BearCave on Thanksgiving Day. Home of the Yams. All right, 21-13. So if you were betting, that is a Boise State cover. So we'll pay you guys out. 91% had Boise State covering. Nicely done. I don't think there's a ton of bobbing us on that, but hey, we'll take it, right? Nice little start to the game. Also remember tonight, game day will be going down to the SEC as Auburn takes on Georgia. We also got recruiting later tonight. And remember, we got 2 weeks left of recruiting after this week. As we take a look, Wally Culpepper scores a touchdown. Boise State goes 14 unanswered as Lance Malone under 50%. Not very good. Yeah, this team is just not very good, unfortunately. I always wanted Lance Malone to have a good career, but Coach CTE bailed on this roster to go to Michigan State, so they're kind of in the dumps. As we take a look at Boise State, Ike Deason, 18 of 33, 276, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He gets it done. Ahmed Sixto comes back and runs for 103 yards. And Wally Culpepper gets over the century mark. On defense, it was 4 TFLs here for Estes, 3 for Coleman. A lot of sacks. They got 4. Interception goes to Paul Harrison. A couple of deflections and no fumbles. So we'll check on the players of the game here. So Ike Deason gets it. Roger Estes, Cole Hall, and Lance Malone. As that is a Boise State cover for those of you guys following your Bear Caves at home. Remember, top 3 in Bear Cave do get a reward player this season. All right, next up, we are headed to the Conference USA as we've got North Texas taking on Texas State. This is going to be an important game because Texas State can, if they win out, I believe, win the division. They also want to get 7 wins to make a bowl game. Because remember, if you're at 6 wins, there's a likely chance you do not make a bowl game in the SFA. So, Coach D-Sleep or Coach Phi, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. It looks like Coach Phi wanted to go with his maroon out. And I didn't see a submission from D-Sleep, so if you're here, let me know. And Phi's here. I don't see D-Sleep, so we'll go with Phi, tails, and kick. And this one is a 4.5-point favorite for North Texas. A lot of people don't remember that they ended up winning the division last season. So North Texas minus 4.5. And Texas State. We get to see some 2B Salute action here tonight. Love a good 2B Salute game. All right, get those predictions going. We'll get on board with Texas State here. Looks like a lot of money going on North Texas. My goodness. Dogwater going all in on the Denton Fatties. When will you learn, buddy? When would you learn? Oh no. Disaster here. So here we go. The Bobcats. Coach Phi has done a fantastic job with this program in the short time he's been here. Coach D Sleep, the long-time guy, trying to stay on top of the division. There's still a path for 4 different West teams to make the conference championship. So we'll see what happens here. They're going full maroon here at dusk. It's looking very crispy. Number 1 to be Sloot. So here we go. Tails and kick for Coach Phi. You can't pick the coin if you're at home and they win the toss. So here we go. First quarter, very slow sim on this one, and Texas State scores first. But Axton Brasfield and company have something to say, potentially. It's kind of a dominating first quarter here as Texas State goes up 2 scores now. North Texas adds a field goal, but man, a long drive here from Texas State results in 3. And what a first half it was for the Bobcats. 17-3, North Texas on their back foot. And it's going farther back. 24-10 now, they respond. Can they add one more? Texas State, man, they are looking unstoppable. As that goes 4 and out. This one very well could be over here. Up 17. It's an interception as well. And a touchdown. Texas State blowing the doors off the Denton Fatties here tonight. We'll see if they can make a late push, but it doesn't seem likely. Texas State, another interception for the defense. And they are going to win handedly 34-18 on your dome, dog water. Oh my, 34-18 is the final. This one just never seemed to be even close. What a game here. What a game, and Mushbrain is saying his conference championship berth chances are still alive. Yeah, I don't know the exact scenarios here, but I do believe North Texas is officially eliminated. Yeah, I think Coach Phi still needs SMU to lose to Rice, which I don't know if that's going to happen. But to be Slew, he goes 13-34, 171, and 1 touchdown. And rushing the ball, Blaze Hollister goes 155 and 3 touchdowns. He's going crazy. Very well spreading the ball around here for the defense. And on defense here, you've got a couple of TFLs. My baby Josiah Bird, 3 TFLs, 3 total sacks, 3 total interceptions as well, and a fumble for John Hughes. So North Texas now 17-30, 3 interceptions here for Axton Brasfield, the freshman. Clinton Brown can't get to 100 yards. Gibby Gerbax has a big week, but can't do much else. And George Gritty the 5th can't do much here. And on defense, Desi Mazood, 10 tackles, 3 TFLs here for Kola Samoa, the SFA player, along with a sack. And not much else for this defense, and no fumbles. So let's see who is the players of the game. It's 34-18 is your final. That is a Texas State cover or outright win if you're scoring BearCave. So let me pay that out. So that is Texas State outright. Unbelievable there from Coach Phi. I know for sure Dogwater controls his own destiny. I just don't know if Texas State now controls their own destiny or if they need Southern Miss to lose. I believe that is the scenario, though. If I had to wager, I would say UTSA is in with a win. If Texas State wins, they need SMU to lose. You know, it all depends on your guys' head-to-head, and we'll break down those. Oh, dude, a Baylor loss to like a 6-7 SMU would be hilarious, Flame. Come on, you know how funny that would be. All right. What's next on the charcuterie board as we are going to the Big 12 and talk about another convoluted division. And this one is pretty much for all the marbles. Iowa State controls their own destiny in the Big 12 North. That means they have to beat Baylor. If they lose to Baylor, which is very likely, we'll see that a little bit later, the winner of this game wins the division, assuming they win next week, right? So this one that we're going to do right now is massive. Arkansas and Missouri. So let's get on into it. Everything's starting to get very exciting here. The Battle Line rivalry. So this one, who covers? Missouri is the favorite here. Minus 2.5 is the line. Are you going to go with the Woo Pig Suey, or are you going to go with the Tigers? It's in Columbia. You know crazy things happen in Columbia. So let's see what we got here tonight. Well, Coach Fi, the thing is you're not on Sim next week. Because it's a division impacting game, it will be at least on BearCave, potentially game day, if it gets voted, right? So the algorithm can't screw you. BearCave and Game Day are separate sim engines. So you never know what can happen. You might dome Dogwater for 34. Don't trust him, Fi. Mushbrain is a terrorist. He says he's rooting for you, but then he will kill you in the worst way possible. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, Dogwater's team is kind of bad in the sim. Oh, I went on the home team. I should have gone on the away team. That's all right. And remember, Oklahoma State has already clinched the Big 12 South, so whoever wins this division has to face Oklahoma State, who is likely going to be a top 2 seed. So as you can see here, West Virginia and Nebraska are both eliminated. It's up to these top 3. And obviously Colorado. All right, here we go. Will it be Arkansas or Missouri? Now, this game might all be for naught if Iowa State pulls off the upset, but we are... So, Arkansas chose receive. I'm on Missouri. That was not me. They're getting aggressive here, and they do nothing with it. So, Arkansas does end up scoring first, and oh boy, they're up 14. Oh no. And this is a week after, I believe, Arkansas got blasted by LSU. I think they're the one who gave up like 65 to LSU. Missouri, they have been one of the higher scoring teams in the country this year. Only 14 in 3 quarters. Up 2 scores. Missouri's got to find a way to score, and they do. That was a tough drive. A lot of plays there, and they force a 3 and out. So we're going to go one play at a time. We can only jump in when we get to the 2-minute mark. And a quick drive. Here comes Mizzou. Touchdown, Missouri. We got a tie game. 14 points erased in the blink of an eye. Woo Pig Suey on the ropes. Here we go. 2 minutes left. Can Arkansas get it done? We have not seen Arkansas good since KJ Jefferson graduated. He dumps this one off, and that is going to be about 3 or 4. Now, fun fact, in Season 13 offseason, I was heavily considering leaving East Carolina for Arkansas. Thank goodness I didn't, because I won the national championship the very next year. But they had a great roster. I was considering it. Breaking a tackle, breaking another, but running on 3rd down does nothing. Does that mean they're going to go for it? Cherry Birch, the SFA player, makes the tackle, and they will. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock. Full timeouts, bunch formation. Big time play call here for Arkansas. Clean pocket. And he throws a pick! The worst throw I've ever seen! No receiver in the area! What was he doing? What was that? Oh my goodness, 1st and 10 now here for Missouri, who is down 14 entering the 4th quarter. John Williams. This team can now just drive down and kick a field goal. Safety's coming down. The fans in Columbia are loving it. And oh, they go backwards. Why are you running read option? And Arkansas calls a timeout. Interesting. They want the ball back. 3rd and 14. And it's another QB draw. What? You have the chance to win and you run 3 read options? With a guy not known for his speed. Neither team wants to win. And this is even more brutal for Missouri because they're right on the precipice of that 7-win mark. Oh, it's a fumble! And he somehow picked it up! What are we watching? Just a comedy of errors from both of these teams. "52 seconds left. Arkansas has the ball. 3-man rush. He yams it deep. It's him in stride. Down the sideline. Touchdown, Arkansas. Nate Tuttons right to the dome. Woo Pig Suey. Oh my goodness. After all that, you go interception, 3 and out on read options, a fumble on the muffed punt, and then a yam for a touchdown. Oh my goodness, Missouri is just absolutely cooked. And Tribe is sitting here thanking God he went to Florida. Had this been Tribe's team, this would have been so funny. All right, 35-28 now. You need a touchdown, 39 seconds. I know this team can do it. They've got Rich Kane, one of the best wide receivers in the country, top of your screen in the press. Williams has time. He's going to float it that way, and it's number 10. He gets out of bounds. Not sure why they didn't do this when they had the ball, but 34 seconds now, already in fringe yam range. Down 7, 34 seconds. Tight end in motion. Londano still on the injury report. So they are down a receiver. He yams this to the corner, and it's caught! Russell Douglas! What a grab! They're going to hurry it up now. 28 seconds. They're across the 45. Missouri not giving up this fast. Clock is ticking, though. Got to make a play. He runs it up the gut. Not sure what you're doing there, buddy. Oh, no. They take their final timeout. It was looking so good until that play. 17 seconds now from the 39. Bunch form. Got to get out of bounds, a first down or a touchdown. Do not throw it short, and they do. At least get to the sideline. The clock is running. They might have one more play if they hurry it up. Go, go, go. Get this play off, you barnacles, and they will. Oh my goodness. So here we go. To stay at the top of the division. Game on the line. They need a touchdown. Here's the snap. Williams yams it deep. And it is dropped to the turf. Arkansas wins. And Arkansas now will await the winner of Baylor and Iowa State on a beautiful yam that might have just won them the division. If you click on the rewards, it should tell you 5, but I believe it's 25K for one ticket. And 95, wow, somebody went nutty on the Arkansas line. There you go. So that is going to be an Arkansas outright. Back-to-back upsets here. McNasty, what are you doing? Now, Flame, you're talking about SMU. Imagine you beat Iowa State today, allowing Arkansas to get to the conference championship. They win it, and then they end up beating Baylor in the playoff. So it would be your fault that you faced them and then losing to them. The Big 12 is always so much fun. And that was close to getting caught. Dawson had a chance there off the tip. Missouri man gave it one heck of a fight. They lost because of those 3 read options. You just can't be doing that. All right, so here's a look at the scoring summary. It was all Arkansas early, and they ended up surviving at the very end with that 75-yard yam. As John Williams, he goes 24-40, 337, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Run the ball, Cyrus Disco, the SFA player, gets 125 and 2 touchdowns. And Rich Kane, the leading receiver, goes over 100 yards with 2 tutties as well. Caden Sanker, EC legend, 6 pancakes. And on defense, Jeff Brown, double-digit tackles, 4 TFLs for Christian Robinson, and no sacks for this defense, 2 interceptions. Cabo Banfield got it done. Coach 5 with the sub. Thank you, thank you. 13 months. That's incredible. Cherry Birch got a couple deflections, but it's all for naught as they ended up dropping it. As Arkansas, Chris Robinson, 20-35, 5 touchdowns through the air. So watch out for these gunslingers. As Thomas Bell is the running back, he gets 84. And through the air, these are the guys who had the touchdowns. And on defense, Dylan Merritt gets 12 tackles, a couple of TFLs, 1 sack here for Ray Holmes, 1 interception, and that will do it. All right. So that is a Arkansas cover for those of you guys following along at home. Or Arkansas outright, sorry. All right, so next up is we are going to stay in the South region. We'll go over to the SEC, and we will watch the high-scoring LSU Tigers take on Ole Miss. So let me know if you're here, Coach Bodie or Llama. This game, who covers? It's going to be LSU, minus 2-point favorite. Team that scored like 65 points last week. Ole Miss had a chance to win this division, but choked, and now Oklahoma has secured it. Let's see who you guys got. We'll see. Ole Miss is currently ranked. I will be putting out different rankings this week, as we're not going to go with the game anymore. After this week, I would do a committee meeting, but I'm leaving tomorrow for Denver, and I have a lot of stuff to do, so I just can't. So I'm going to put out my personal rankings for week 14, and then we'll have a committee meeting for week 14 into the conference championship, and then the final ranking after the conference championship. So this week 14 ranking will just be my views, so you guys can roast me, but it will be a much better basis for us going into the final week to get a better picture of who's actually in the race. Oh no, not the transitive rankings. No, those things like three lost Georgia Tech in the top 2. No. Surely there's not personal bias or brand bias on those. I'm kidding. They have played a tough schedule. All right, here we go. Tigers Stadium. I believe Deshaun Nevers is back, the $1 Million Man. Number 3, okay. That's understandable. All right, so quick start here for LSU, but Ole Miss, man, they have been playing well this year, and they are up a touchdown on LSU and Coach Lama. Coach Lama feels disrespected, rightfully so. He's 7-3 in the SEC. If this were real life, he would be saying he should be in the playoff. As it's 30-17, LSU scoring at will. Not much happening now. 37, my God. Lama not taking it easy here at home as Ole Miss, can they come back? They're up 2 scores. And this one going nowhere. So we're going to go one play at a time, see if they can claw their way back. Only a 2-score game. And not looking good here for Ole Miss, as that is a field goal. We'll see if they can do something. No. So LSU is going to hang a 40 burger on Ole Miss here in week 13, and that will do it. So that is a LSU cover, big time victory for Coach Lama, and these wins are all important as it gets you a better bowl game draw and a better chance of getting on stream, as Joel Wilson goes 20 of 44, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. King with 130 and a touchdown. And on defense, you got Russell with 10 tackles, 4 TFLs as well. No sacks for the defense, no interceptions on LaVelo Blackley. That's interesting. He is a very turnover-happy guy. And as we go to the offense, LaVelo Blackley, former number 1 recruit, 18 out of 30, 325 and 2 touchdowns. Run the ball. Addie McBuckets, the 2-star athlete, he goes for 150 and 3 touchdowns. LaVelo Blackley also adds some. Jelani McCray, the 5-star freshman, gets 63 yards. And Deshaun Nevers coming back, only gets 1 catch. On defense, 8 tackles, 3 TFLs for Mason. 3 total sacks, no interceptions for the defense. Couple of deflections, though. Forced fumbles, none. All righty. So that will do it here from Death Valley, as that is a LSU cover. Let me pay you guys out. And only 38% actually chose the LSU line. Interesting. Addie McBuckets gets player of the game. That's an LSU what? LSU cover? Yeah. Easy cash for Airborne. All right. A little LSU guy. All right, so now here we go. Speaking of Airborne, let's see if he can take down the mighty East Carolina Pirates. So Airborne, let me know, kick or receive. You are the home team. East Carolina coming off of a masterful win over Georgia Tech, former rival, kind of eliminating him from playoff consideration. Sorry, Mike. But who do you got? Do you have East Carolina at -5, or do you have NC State? Now, Airborne quietly building another great team over at NC State, has been very good in the recruiting this season. They should be back next year. He's going to turn them around like he turned Troy around in like a year. So you got to watch out here for the Wolfpack. So here we go. East Carolina or NC State? It has always kind of been NC State is like the bridesmaid to the big three in the division. So they've been sitting behind these guys, East Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, for the last 5 years, ever since they actually made the playoff as the 8th seed when we did an 18 playoff. And they lost to, I believe it was Ohio State in the first round. So they do have a playoff appearance. Back when their running back won the Heisman. I believe his name was Houston. So here we go. NC State. The Wolfpack. He wants to kick. He will not get to, as it is going to be East Carolina. 7-3, trying to find their way into a top-tier bowl game as NC State starts out the scoring here. 14-3. You got to be careful. Here they come. 14-10. Remember, one of the better defenses in the country is East Carolina. It looks like they're proving it now after the quick touchdowns. 24-14. Can NC State battle back, though? Down 10. They're playing good defense. East Carolina opens up the lead. Nothing happening here for NC State. Come on, boys. You were up. Interception from A.J. Flanagan, the Yams legend. All right, a late touchdown there. Let's see if it does anything. They're still down 11. Long drive here for the Pirates, and that's going to do it. Oh, baby. East Carolina gets it done, winning by 11. As you take a look here, Vladdy Daddy gets an 87-yard bomb. Remember, folks, if he does not declare, he will be going to the transfer portal. Oh, my goodness, as Marcus Stewart goes 23 of 41, 291, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Run the ball on Andrew Williams, 12 of 55. Not a great running performance tonight. Gonna have a drinky poo. Cordell Spicer, the freshman, gets 10 tackles, though. Big-time game. Jamie Joseph feasting in the middle. No interceptions, though, for the defense. Couple of deflections across the board, and the one fumble, Walter Williams. Now for East Carolina, you've got Edwin Williams, 17-28, 315, and 3 touchdowns. Run the ball, Antonio Jenkins, 28 for 120. And Vladdy Daddy goes 7 for 152 and a touchdown. Beautiful. And on defense here, you've got 2 TFLs, 3 total sacks, interception for the mighty A.J. Flanagan. He will also go to the transfer portal if he does not declare, as he is a Yams legend. Forced fumble is Nick Adams. So let's see who the players of the game are. That is a East Carolina cover here tonight. So the -5 does work. 77% of you guys agreed with that. And Marcus Stewart, Edwin Williams, Nick Adams, and Walter Williams are your players of the game, as it's an ECU cover. All right, so as we continue on now, we've got the Heroes game, which historically has been a very impactful game here in the SFA. Iowa and Nebraska, not great this year, but that's all right. This is one of our push matchups, so it's going to be Jarkus and Coach Zach. Let me know if you guys are here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a straight up outright. Who do you got winning? Do you got Iowa and Rayshon Gloop, or do you got Nebraska and Vondell Bronco? Who is going to take it home? Here we go. You'd think Nebraska would have it, but Iowa's been playing pretty well. They just missed on their division. So we'll jump on board with Iowa here. And we got, after this game is when the big games start. We got Western Kentucky, Cincy, Florida, Miami, Baylor, Iowa State, and Arkansas Southern Miss, which is going to be a very important game as we are at Memorial Stadium, home of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Very important game for both teams. Last chance for Nebraska to get a bowl game, but for Iowa, man, winning this game could cement themselves as a bowl-eligible team. All right, so I do not see... Yeah, Arian Green Davis, not a Heisman contender. Yeah, but do not see Jarkus. Heads and kick is the call. I'm glad this game won because we want to see as much Rayshon Gloop action as possible. He is graduating after this year. One of the more impactful players in SFA history. So 13-7, 13-10 now, and 16-10, very active here. They went for a 56-yarder, was no good. 16-10, scoring kind of flailing out now. 16-16 as we head to the fourth quarter. You know this game is always close. Next possession, it's a 3-and-out. Can Nebraska pull away late? It doesn't look like it. So here we go. Rayshon Gloop on a drive. They got to go a long ways. Here they come. Big time drive. Touchdown, Iowa. And it's a Rayshon Gloopage right to Boyd. So 2 minutes, 51 seconds here for the Hawkeyes to win it. Nebraska will jump in at that 2-minute mark like normal. It's a 3rd and 3 for the Cornhuskers. Vondell Bronco under center. Arian Green Davis, top of your screen with Chico Johnston, the bottom. 3rd and 3. Can Iowa clutch up? So what is the call? Vondell Bronco. It's going to be a handoff, and he goes nowhere. Bounces off Carlo Hadley. Ball's on the ground. 4th down. So they hand it off to James Washington. 4th and 9 now. What a play there from the Iowa defense. So game on the line. It's Vondell Bronco. He floats it, and it's caught! I believe that's Bobby Williams. Or Matt Estes, the tight end. Bobby Williams must have graduated as it's 13-22 for Vondell. They'll hurry it up. The drive continues. And a quick throw out wide. This time it's Washiko, and he actually loses yardage. They're continuing to hurry it up. We're threatening the minute mark here. Vondell Bronco, the true freshman, the 5-star. He takes off and ball's on the ground. Iowa picks it up. What a play from the Hawkeyes. Vondell just never saw him. So 1 first down should do it here for Rayshon Gloop. Here's the handoff to Hal Miller, and he is going to get 4. Just not the year Nebraska wanted after they were in the national championship in season 15. Goal line formation now, man in motion. Hand off to the outside. Hal Miller, he's going to get it in more. That should do it here for the Hawkeyes. Coming into Nebraska, winning on the road. Getting to 7-4. That is massive. And victory formation now for the Hawkeyes. Just a couple more kneel downs, and Rayshon Gloop will win his final Heroes game. Man, how did Vondell fumble that? That's wild. That will lose them their bowl eligibility. Nebraska turning back into a rebuild. And the crowd is absolutely silent. My goodness, they've been stunned. Is that will do it. Iowa survives. 23-19 is your final. That is a Iowa outright victory. Congratulations to Rayshon Gloop. Nobody picked Iowa here in the predictions. Congratulations. Jarkus gets a big-time victory against a rival. I know they lost the division, but it's always nice to beat these kind of guys. Oh, the one banana strat. Because on my screen, it always shows 0% when he does it. So a nice little steal there from Mike. He's the king of the 400 to 1. That's nasty work. The 399x bet. Oh my, come on! The end of game sequence here, taking forever. My goodness. Nice little screenshot of the Mondale fumble. All right. So here's a look at the scoring summary. Willie Anderson gets himself into the end zone. Congrats to him. Rayshon Gloop goes 12 of 22, 205, and 2 touchdowns. Run the ball. It's Sam Howmiller. He gets 100 yards. 29 for Gloop on the ground. Willie Anderson is your leading receiver. And on defense, oh my, 16 tackles here for Mark Quaid, and Wyatt Germ gets 15. He leads the way with 2 TFLs, no sacks, no interceptions. The fumble was Jaquez and Germ, and Jenkins recovered it. So Germ was the guy who forced the fumble. The SFA player, of course. And Vondale Bronco, he goes 14 of 23, 170. And rushing the ball, Maurice Smith gets 130 and 2 touchdowns. Aaron Green Davis not looking good. Kind of a disappointing career for him. Washiko gets 1 catch for -2 yards. That's gross. And on defense, Skip Stackle goes 8 tackles, 3 TFLs for Mayhew. The sack goes to Jacob Phillips. No interceptions. Deflection to Tim Cream and Jacob Phillips. And no fumbles. So this is a Iowa outright victory. As now we're going to get into the important stretch here of the BearCave slate with a lot on the line. Remember, Cincinnati still has not clinched their division as they are up next. If you're on your BearCave scoring, this is a Iowa outright victory. Big time 3 points if you predicted that. All right, so let's go to the AAC for a rematch of the Season 15 American Championship, where Western Kentucky shocked the world, upset one of the best teams in the country in Cincinnati. See if they can do it again. Number 2 coming in here for Cincinnati. So, McNasty, let me know. Heads or tails, kicker, receiver, you're here. Coach Rosie, if you're here, let me know. This is a 9.5-point favorite here for the Bearcats. So, who covers? You got Cincy minus 9.5, or you gonna go on board with the Hilltoppers at plus 9.5. We got a minute on the clock. Here we go. Tails and kick for Coach McNasty. His team is far superior. Let's see if he can do it. I believe he wins the division if he wins this game. I believe. Yeah, this is his final conference game. So Cincinnati clinches a spot against Charlotte in the American Championship and with a win here tonight. And I believe with a loss, he is potentially guaranteed to miss out on the conference championship. So basically a playoff game here for Coach McNasty. Because Army and Navy play each other. And Cincinnati lost to Navy. So if Navy were to win, they get the tiebreaker. And if Army wins, they would have one less loss. So yeah, must win here for Cincinnati. as Charlotte has wrapped up this division weeks ago. And what a year they're having. Ham Sal, their quarterback. Now, I'd love to see a Charlotte run into the playoff. I know McNasty doesn't like to hear that, but let's see what happens. Can Cincinnati get it done? Nippert Stadium, as he wants to kick it. A lot of SFA players on both sides of the coin. 5-5 Western Kentucky. Bowl eligibility on the line. Quick touchdown for Cincinnati. Another quick touchdown. But they add 3. Can Western Kentucky fight back? Oh, not a score there. They get one back. 28. Oh, but it's 28-3. Oh, no. Not like this. 28-10, 35-10. Can they finish it? 38. Cincinnati might be running away with it here. Oh, baby. Come on. Come on, McNasty. It's your time. It's your time, baby. 45-10. Come on. Finish it. Clinch the spot. 30 seconds. They do it. Not dog water, but McNasty. 45-10. Cincinnati is so back. Going to the conference championship. Let's go, baby. Woo! And with a backup running back per usual. Nope, Kelly Radix is still here, Coach Vi. He goes 20 of 25, 279, and 5 touchdowns. And Peter Richards, who is not the starter, but he goes for over 200 yards on the day as well. Nolan Joseph get 5 combined touchdowns. 4 TFLs here for Chad Brown. The sack, interceptions, none, surprisingly. Deflections, 1 across the board. Fumble for Matt Riley as we go across the way. Maximus Mays, Yams legend, Leon Fox, but Maximus Mays, 17 of 34, 196, and a tutty. Rushing the ball, Jackson Viz, 1.5 yards a carry, not going to get it done. Laz Palmer goes 7 for 77. Chuck Sledge, Yams legend as well. And Schroff, SFA player, 16 tackles here for Johnson. Preston gets 12. 2 TFLs. No sacks on the day. No interceptions. And no deflections. And 1 fumble for Drake Rutherford, and he recovered it. Welcome in, Chef Moose. Steak and shrimp tonight. Nicely done. A little surf and turf. Oh, yeah, Kelly Radix. Love Kelly Radix. Definitely a fun player who has a fun story. He was going to be the heir to App State's throne, and then Flynn Saunders happened, so he went to Cincy. As that is a Cincy cover, annihilated the 9.5-point spread. Congratulations, McNasty. You are going to the conference championship. See if they can clinch a spot. All right, so now let's continue on here, as now we're going south, down to Florida. So SEC time here for Florida. Florida and Coach Tribe could be in a Citrus Bowl position. So wins, definitely want to get some more wins here if you are Coach Tribe. Tribe, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive, as they're going up against Coach Eisen. Eisen, if you're here, let me know what you want to wear, if you have anything in mind. Black was the decision here. I don't know if they even have black. Yeah, I don't know what you're waffling about here, Coach Tribe. You guys don't have any black. Well, you know what they say, folks. Orange is the new black. So there is no black, so we'll go orange. Alright, so that's what we'll do for that. As this is a 6-point favorite here for the Florida Gators. So it was a Cincinnati annihilating the spread. Let's get this prediction going. Who covers? It is Florida. Korean Thunder -6. And Miami on the other side, +6. All right. So I don't see Coach Tribe in here. Let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. As next up, we got two very important games, Baylor, Iowa State, and Arkansas Southern Miss. As this is the battle for the Seminole War Canoe, as Miami is still a independent, battling for bowl eligibility. Remember, we still got game day to come and recruits later on tonight. All right, heads and kick. Let's see what happens for Coach Tribe. It's been a dream year here for the Gators. Battling back after Dogwater ruined this program. And quick score for Miami. We might have an upset on our hands, folks. We're at Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Orange Bowl. 7-0. And Florida, they get 3 back. They take their first lead. Miami just kind of falling apart here in the first half now. And quick score there for Florida. They might be running away. Oh, baby. Florida scores 27 unanswered points. But there's an interception. Miami gets one back. Can they build on this? Oh, that's a long drive for Florida as they extend the lead. And it's a quick score there for Miami. We've got an 8-point game. Can Miami get the stop? They need a first down here. Florida needs a first down. 30-22 is the call. Miami under center, bringing the safety into the box. Hands it out wide. Nobody home. First down, Florida, and a lot more. And that will do it. Brandon Wilson wins the game for Florida, going to 9-2. Potentially being able to crack the top 10. So a big win in a rivalry game on the road here for the Florida Gators. Still technically in the hunt for the college football playoff. Remember, there are at-large spots still. But they're few and far between. If we were doing the traditional 12-team playoff, they'd be right on the cusp. So a couple more snaps here. Actually, just one more snap. And this is going to be barely a Florida cover. Very close to being a no cover. So not a lot of no covers and stuff. We've seen a lot of outright victories and or covers. So that will do it. Florida wins 30-22 on the road. Coach Tribe in his first year with the Florida Gators gets them to 9 wins. And they'll have a chance next week to add a 10th. Great job here for Coach Tribe in his first year, and they've got some big-time recruits coming. Florida only getting better. People trying to take down Tennessee in this division. Hasn't worked quite yet. Doesn't look like it'll work this year. Tennessee in line as they destroyed Kentucky this week. So 2 more games on our BearCave slate until we go and watch Auburn take on Georgia. The Korean Thunder having a great day. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. The true freshman 3-star gunslinger. That war canoe looks so ridiculous. All right, so here's the scoring summary. Got a 69-yarder. Player stats, we got Decorian Thunder going 18 of 29, 3 touchdowns, did have 2 interceptions. Run the ball, Brandon Lewis gets 170, big time day, but no touchdowns. Brooks and Warren are your leading receivers. Sailor 11 pancakes. Nate Golden gets 10 tackles, 3 TFLs for Paul Godfrey, sack for Hines, interceptions for nobody. No deflections either. Forced fumbles. Raven Roebuck, the freshman, gets 1. So the freshmen having a big-time season here for Florida. And Miami, the longtime quarterback, Anthony Cameron, goes 19 of 31, 264 and a touchdown. Birch gets only 16 carries, normally hovers around 30 to 40. And Lewis is their leading receiver. On defense, Sean Overstreet, 10 tackles, 4 TFLs. Sacks for Overstreet and Anderson, 2 interceptions for Jorge West, and deflection here for Russell, fumble for Javon Richards. And that will do it here from Miami. Let's see the players of the game. Like I said, it was a Florida cover, so we'll pay out those Babanas. 91% of you had the cover. That one made a lot of sense. And players of the game, Decorian Thunder and Raven Roebuck. So the freshman duo here for Coach Tribe getting another big-time game. So UF cover, as now we're going to go back to the Big 12 as it's time for Coach Flame to take on Iowa State. Iowa State currently controlling their own destiny in the Big 12 North. If they end up losing, it will be Arkansas taking on Oklahoma State, as long as they win against whoever they're going to win next week. So, Flame, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, as Baylor is a 7.5-point favorite. They are definitely in line for an at-large bid, or at least consideration for an at-large bid as our defending national champions. They're 7.5-point favorites, or you got Iowa State and Kirko Squatch. Now, they are the only team in the country to defeat Oklahoma State, so, you know, there is definitely a chance. Not going to say there isn't, as, okay, Flame says kicks and heads, and he wants, let's see what we got. Gold. Okay, let's see what we're going. Gold white helmet. Gold white helmet. Okay, like that. White jersey. Okay. Modern white pants. Okay, so just like this. Or do we want to go 2018 white? Okay, yeah, there we go. There you go, Flame. Finally putting together some nice jerseys. All right. Let's see what happens. Can Baylor do it? I mean, a loss for Baylor pretty much eliminates them from the playoff as well, which is very ridiculous. They've got to win. We know this is a playoff caliber team, but just like IRL, sure, you can have a playoff roster, but you play the games for a reason, right? We're not giving out playoff berths off blue chip ratio. It is by the results on the field. So Baylor, you got to get it done if you want to make the playoff. And we're at Jack Trice, one of the age-old SFA rivalries, has a chance to reignite in a big way. Coach Schwartz takes over Iowa State the first time he has been the coach for this game. He has brought in a plethora of SFA players to rebuild this talented roster and try to catch lightning in a bottle like the Iowa State teams of old. When they had Kirko Squatch at the quarterback now, but Kiko Strong. So could Kirko Squatch fill the Kiko Strong kind of shoes? A very similar name, weirdly enough. All right, so it's going to be a kick here for Iowa State. Everything on the line seems to be a yellow out here today. As first drive, Baylor adds 3. They get a turnover and go up 10 early. Oh no, 17-0 straight to the dome. Not looking good here for State, but they add 1 back. Can they get a stop on defense? Yes, they do. Can they get one? Yes, they do! Iowa State is in it. And they add before half. Oh, baby! Kirko squashed the 9-yarder right before time expires. It's a 3-point game. Baylor is playing great, but oh man, this game is going crazy. Baylor up 10. Iowa State won't go away. Fourth quarter, and they have to punt. Iowa State has the ball. Can they do it? Iowa State with a drive. Oh my God, it's happening. 4 minutes. Iowa State, no way! 3rd and 3. We can't jump in yet. They take the lead. They take the lead. The defending national champions might be on the ropes. Their playoff hopes on the line. What is going to happen? We'll jump in at the 2-minute mark. Oh, baby, they're across the 50. Here we go. 2 minutes here for Baylor. Inside the 30. Iowa State. Man in motion. Latrey Raines hands it off. And they're not going to get it. And why? Where's Niall Sheathers? Wesley Less had to come in. So your cover athlete is not even on the field. Niall Sheathers going down with an injury, it seems. 4 wide. 3rd and inches. Latrey Raines at quarterback. Can Baylor survive? Quick throw. Oh, that's nowhere. Latrey, what are you doing? They've got to go for it. Game on the line right here. Now they still have the timeouts, but oh, baby. And they're in shotgun. 3 down linemen. Quick option for Latrey, and they're not going to get it. Superb defense from the Cyclones. Now a couple of first downs will do it here for Baylor. The handoff here, there's one. They got to get a touch. They got to get a first down. Down 4 for Baylor. 2nd and 6. Kirko Squatch can taste it. 2nd and 6 here. Handoff to the outside. He turns a corner. What a freaking run. McCall gets 8. And that might have just done it. Victory formation. And that's going to do it. Baylor is going to lose on the road. Their 3rd loss of the season. And now Arkansas sending it home like, what the hell? As I believe Iowa State has Kansas State next week. So if Kansas State wins that game, that would be insane. But Iowa State, you got to watch out for these boys. They've beaten Baylor and Oklahoma State now. I mean, it's up to this play. They're running a real play. Can Baylor get bailed out? They're going to run a real play here. So an incompletion or anything of the sorts would give Baylor a chance. So 3rd and 15. Kirko Squatch will throw it. He floats it in. It's out of bounds! Kirko, what are you doing? Iowa State pooping their pants. Baylor gets bailed out. Can they capitalize? 24 seconds, no timeouts. What in the world is Iowa State doing? You didn't even have to give them the ball back. All right, we got to watch DJ Weber, top of the screen. Latrey, it's going to be a screen pass. He gets it to East. He turns upfield, and that might just do it. Going to be last play of the game right here. No timeouts. Complete disaster here for Baylor. Latre, he floats it out wide, and broken tackle, get out of bounds! And that's gonna do it! Iowa State survives! They beat Baylor 38-34, and they keep the division lead. Not a soul gave them a chance in this one. What a game for Kirko Squatch, the BearCave reward player transfer from Georgia Tech. Ends up ending the reigning national champions' playoff hopes, more than likely. We are not projecting a 3-loss at-large team. Unbelievable. The way this season is carving out. This season is ridiculous in all the right ways. And it looks like Baylor, we will not be going back-to-back cover athletes. Still waiting for a back-to-back national champion. We've never had it. We've had 2 in 3 years, but never back-to-back. Iowa State, the team that was 9-0 last year and lost out and missed the playoff, now has a chance to get in at like 7-5. So Solo Tippin start us out, but Iowa State never went away, man. They just kept scoring. As Mazzy Barmore, the SFA player, gets a couple of touchdowns late. So Latre Reigns, he goes 18 of 32, 248, 2 touchdowns. Wesley East had to come in when Niall Sheathers went down, I guess. But he played better, 4.6 a carry instead of 4.3. Solo Tippins led the way, catching the ball, 7 for 118. And Mazzy Barmore was, I guess, how'd he score? He didn't catch the ball. Oh, wait, that's the other team. I'm so stupid, sorry. Wendell Sanders, 7 tackles. He's a transfer from Pitt. 2 TFLs for him on the day. No sacks. Interception for Casey Kelly. And a couple deflections. The forced fumble goes to Ryan Cobb, and he picks it up. And for Iowa State, Kirko Squatch, 21 of 32, 347, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. He led the way with 17 carries. McCall gets 92 yards and a touchdown. And through the air, it is Kramer and Mazzy Barmore, the freshman, with the touchdowns. And on defense, you had 3 TFLs for Jamal Henry. No sacks on the day, weirdly enough. No interceptions. They just scored as Jerry Fernando gets a deflection and no fumbles. So 38-34 is your final. My goodness. That's an Iowa State outright. Cyclone Nation, you're exactly right. After what happened to them in Season 15, they deserve this. They deserve the chance at making a playoff run. All right, so we got one game left here on BearCave, as it is going to be a battle for a division straight up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Arkansas State, Southern Miss. And the crazy part about this game is both quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, are questionable to play. Arkansas State starter, Jacoby Diaz, the SFA player, he is questionable. And then for Southern Miss, their quarterback, Trey White, he's questionable, coming back from a partially torn knee. Now they have the Johnny Ward SFA player to fill in if they don't. If he doesn't play. But going to be very interesting. This is a push game for those of you guys at home, as Iowa State actually had the majority of the money. Interesting. So who wins? Are you going Arkansas State or are you going Southern Miss? Weirdly enough, Southern Miss has been the better team, but Arkansas State has more SFA players. So let's see what happens. The winner will face Coastal Carolina with a chance at making the playoff. So a very big time game right here for the Sun Belt. Who is going to take it down? We have one more game on the slate tonight. Auburn and Georgia will be game day style. We will watch that game in its entirety. And then week 14 will be on Thanksgiving Day. We'll have watch party earlier on for Patreon members, and then we'll have game day at the regular scheduled time. And it will be an extended slate. We'll go over the matchups after this game when we preview next week. So let's get on into this game, the final one for this BearCave slate. Outright game, who is going to win? Nobody wanted their Bobanos in this one. Both quarterbacks are questionable. You got to think Southern Miss is the favorite. At least the game thinks they are, putting them at number 5 in the country. We've watched this team multiple times this year, and they definitely are pretty good. We've got, looks like, 100 Bobanos on the line. So, winner wins the division. The real question is, who are the quarterbacks? So, Diaz is out there for the coin toss, but we don't know if he's going to be the one manning the offense. So, here we go. We're going to just go one play at a time to see who the quarterbacks are as Black. Okay, so Paul King pass. So, King, the former transfer from Notre Dame, is the quarterback. Jacoby Diaz is not playing. That's huge for Arkansas State. So, now here we go. Johnny Ward runs it. So neither starting quarterback is playing. All right, let's skip to the quarter. No starting quarterbacks in this game. Southern Miss, they score first. That is wild. I guess Southern Miss wanting to play. Maybe they like the play of Johnny Ward. 7-3 here at halftime. Neither quarterback doing much, but Southern Miss, they still can't score. Southern Miss gets another. Arkansas State, they could possibly do something. No, they may not. This one might be over as it's another punt. And my God, Southern Miss running away with it. 28-3, and that should do it. And I guess it was obvious, but Southern Miss is headed back to the conference championship. We're going to get a rematch from last year. Southern Miss and Coastal Carolina for all the marbles. Maybe Bryce Spears will play this time. Unbelievable. Southern Miss, they are inevitable. They made the playoff last year. They won a playoff game. Paul King, he under 50%, 204 and an interception. Not the best day for him. Eddie Wilkins, the SFA player, goes 12 for 45. Not much doing there. Defense, Hawthorne. TFLs across the board here. Maxidro Sue not having a big year this year. He's a junior now. That's crazy. And for Southern Miss, Johnny Ward, 19 of 36, 239, and 3 touchdowns. Run the ball. Andy Weber leads the way. Tally had 95 yards. This is a great team. They just know what to do. Daniel Mason, Charlie Gutierrez, Yams legend. Sack goes to Mason. Interception goes to Darius Covington, SFA player. Deflection. The fumble goes to Charlie Gutierrez as well. So 28-3 is your final here. Domination for the Golden Eagles here at home. 5% had Southern Miss. So congratulations on that. That is a Southern Miss outright. All right, so before we get on out of here in BearCave, as always, guys, thanks for watching. We are going to go through next week's matchups. So let's see what's on the slate for Week 14. Remember, any game that impacts a division race, we will watch on BearCave. So I just want to make sure we have one game remaining. Yes, we do. So Week 14, rivalry week. We got Colorado, Nebraska. That game does not matter. Iowa State, Kansas State. That game will be on BearCave, as Iowa State will have a chance to wrap up the division. Florida State, Florida, not likely, as that is that's a good game, though. We might end up watching that one. Georgia Tech, Georgia, always a big game. Doesn't impact divisions. LA Tech, Houston. I got to go through the tiebreakers, but I don't think this will impact it. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, this might end up being game day, as both these teams have already won their division, both likely to make the playoff. Tennessee Vanderbilt. This might be on BearCave because Tennessee needs to win this game. This game 100% will be on BearCave. This one will not. This one will not. Maybe. Just depends on what we got going on. Boston College, Virginia Tech. What a game. This one will be on BearCave. You got more division leaders playing in a rivalry game. Ball State lost, so they are out of playoff contention or division. This one will be on BearCave. This will be for the division, Bowling Green and Ohio. Texas A&M. Baylor, TCU. This one will probably be on there as SMU has a chance to make the conference championship. Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, winner goes to the conference championship. This one as well. So the MAC has like a 14 playoff going. They have Bowling Green and Ohio. Winner of that faces the winner of this game. That's going to be fun. Oregon, this one will be on BearCave because we got to see if Oregon can survive. Stanford, Notre Dame, that should be a fun game. Cincinnati, they've already done everything they needed to do. This game 100% on BearCave. The Apple Cup. May or may not, I believe USC has already clinched their division. This game will be on BearCave as Arkansas still needs to win. They got to hope that Iowa State loses, whoever they're playing, Kansas State. Michigan, Ohio State, this one will be for the division. Yep, that game, Mike, will be on either Game Day or BearCave for sure. Holy War, Egg Bowl. This one, probably not because I believe Wyoming has clinched. We'll see. Tulane and LSU, always a fun game. Missouri, it looks to be eliminated. And Army-Navy is always a staple. And we got the Backyard Brawl. All right. Bobby Sox. So that will do it here for BearCave. Thanks you guys for watching. VODs will be available later tonight. We've got recruiting tonight. Then we've got game day coming up here. Highlights will be available tomorrow. Remember, guys, week 14 will be on Thanksgiving. So watch out for that. And yeah, we're finishing season 16 here pretty soon. So it's going to be a fun time. I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for the game day game. So see you guys then. Peace.